Hello my friends, welcome back to another video. Today is all about Colourarte products. Colourarte sells primary elements. They sell resin art, which is a resin pigment, and they sell watercolors called twinkling H2Os. And I'm going to get into how you use all of these products properly and their different uses, because believe it or not, they aren't just made for resin and for acrylic pouring. So let's start with the resin portion of this video. If you are not interested in resin and or alcohol inks, then you can fast forward to the part of the video where I start talking about acrylics. I will try to remember to put it in the description. So resin art, there's a brand new starter kit. It's called the Kaleidoscope kit. Comes with 10 of the popular resin art colors. You can use these for your resin painting, obviously. And a lot of people don't know this, but you can make your own alcohol inks with them. And it's a two-step, very simple process. All you need is a little bottle or container to store your alcohol ink in. And it's a very simple process. Put some alcohol in the bottle. Actually, let's start with the powder, because once the alcohol wets the funnel, it's going to stick. This is a color called Twilight Orchid. Absolutely gorgeous. You're going to take a little bit of your powder. You're going to put it into a bottle. And then you're going to pour some alcohol in, and you're done. You have homemade alcohol inks at a fraction of the cost. Because believe me, I buy alcohol inks, and even those little Ranger ones, which are no comparison to these colors. They're $10, I think, for 3 tiny little bottles. So here you go. You have your own alcohol ink ready to go, and I will put this on a piece of paper and blow it around so you can see just how stunning this color is. Give it a good shake, and you can see it there in the bottle. Just absolutely gorgeous, and these are color shifting just like the primary elements are. So this is just a piece of Yupo paper. I'll just blow a little bit around for you so that you can see just how pretty these shimmer. These are not like your typical alcohol inks where you get just a purple. They have a glittery effect to them. Now we'll blow it around. And dry that up. Easy peasy. All done. And you can just see that shift that you get there. Okay, so that's one use for the resin art color. And the second use would obviously be in resin. So let's do that. So I use KS resin. It is a 1-to-1 mixing ratio, which means you put as much hardener in the cup as you do resin. Mix it for 3 minutes. It has a doming capability, 0 VOCs, very, very low odor. I mean, you have to stick your nose in the bottle to even smell it. It has added UV inhibitors, which means it doesn't yellow over time. It's dry to the touch in 12 hours. A full cure in only 3 days, and it has a 45+ minute working time. Best part of it all is there's two versions. One that has added UV inhibitors, and then an ultra UV one, which they put triple the amount of UV inhibitors in it. And the one with less UV is $70 a gallon plus free shipping in the US. Plus I have a coupon, TAM 2019, I'm sorry, all caps. It's in the description. Or you can get the ultra version of it, which I've used both. They both work great. And that one is $90 a gallon. So almost $40 cheaper than art resin, and free shipping saves at least 20 bucks right off the top. And then my coupon for 10% off. So yes, you can go on Amazon and find a resin for 60 bucks for a gallon. But most of those, if not all of those that are really, really cheap, do not have the added UV inhibitors, and they don't have as long of a working time. They yellow. So you see, it's very easy. Just measure equal portions of each. Put it all into one cup and then mix it for 3 minutes, making sure to scrape off your stick and down the side of the cup multiple times during the process. Okay? Just like so. So you mix it for 3 minutes while doing this, and then scraping off your stick and going again, okay? So I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to put it in the colors. And by the way, if you ever need to know how much resin you need for a canvas, go to artresin.com. They have a calculator. You put in the size of your canvas. For this, it would be a 12 by 12. And it will tell you the amount that you need. So let's look at the colors that come in the kit. I believe it's $65, less my 20% discount. Tammy Anderson Art 120 is the code. Colourarte.com is the website. All of this is in the description. These colors are fantastic. This one here is called Mermaid. I'm going to try my best for you to see these colors, because they are magnificent. This is just a beautiful color with a almost phthalo greeny color shift. So that's Mermaid. Then this one here is called Puppy Love. Then this one is, oh, I just can't even explain how beautiful. Fantasy Fuchsia. This one is called Surf's Up. Again, this is all in the new Kaleidoscope Resin Art Starters Kit. This one here is, what is this one? Indian Spice. Look at that sparkle. Myrtle Green, for you green lovers out there. This is a brand new color. This one is called Tahitian Sunrise or Sunset. I will check in a minute. But it is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a nice violet shift to it. So this color and the Fantasy Fuchsia are, well, this is a brand new color for Resin Art. The Fantasy Fuchsia existed before, but she added a little more of the violet shift to it. So it's just, oh God, I can't take it. It's beautiful. This one here is Butterscotch. And again, you get all 10 in the kit, $65. Between that and the resin with the discount, I really hope you give it a try. This is Twilight Orchid, another gorgeous color. And just for your information, that was Tahitian Sunrise. And then the last color will be Spiced Pumpkin. It's a really pretty orangey copper. To go with these, I've mixed up some of my liquid gold. That is in my Amazon shop. And my white that I'm using, I'm actually using a pigment tint from KS Resin. This will promote cells in your resin. So I mix it in with some clear to make my white. And we are ready to design. You know, if there was one thing that scared me off about resin when I first started it years and years ago, it was knowing that I only had a limited time, and most resins at that time were only about 30, 40 minutes. So I was always just very worried I was going to run out of time, and it's expensive. You don't want to waste it. But I want to show you this. So the video's been on for 10 minutes. I've paused it to mix these colors. So it's been a good 25 minutes. I want to show you this KS resin. I mean, look at it. It's still as if I just mixed it. Now, certain things will accelerate your resin and make you have less working time. And one of those things would be acrylic paint to color your resin. So you can do it. If you want to use acrylic paint, you can use no more than 10%. So if this cup is full with resin, 10% would be that much acrylic paint. If you go over the threshold, it really speeds it up and causes what's known as an exothermic reaction. And what that is the resin starts to cure in the cup. So it will start to overheat, and it will be a solid brick in the cup within 10 minutes. One way to avoid that is by always separating your resin into smaller cups. Never leave a large amount in a big area. And try to use better pigments for your resin so that they don't excel, because these are mica powders. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to first, let's just start drizzling on some of this color here. I have no plan for this. This is more of a demonstration of colors. This is the Puppy Love. Okay, that's that beautiful color. And you know what? I think I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can really see these colors. Actually, you probably still won't be able to see the true color because of the way that I have the tripod. Unfortunately, if I try to switch it, then you're going to see the reflection of the ring in the resin. So I will make sure to give you a close-up of these colors before I blow them around. That's the Surf's Up. The one good thing about resin is it's very forgiving when mixing multiple colors. It's very hard to get mud with resin. So then we have, this is the Twilight Orchid. Absolutely gorgeous. So as I was saying about, you know, working with resin and feeling under pressure, a lot of times that can cause you to screw up. Then, so it's nice to have a resin that doesn't make you worry like that. I have at least an hour with this, if not more. This right here is Mermaid. Another one of my faves. Okay, then we're going to put in some Fantasy Fuchsia. Yes, yes. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. When you're finished with your resin painting, you should not consider that done. You should always, after it's cured, put a top coat on to seal all the colors in. It's not 100% necessary, but you can have a resin painting where it's beautiful, but then if you put a clear coat over it, it looks like you put a piece of glass over that resin painting, if that makes sense. Here is the Tahitian sunrise. And that is gorgeous, gorgeous color. Oh my goodness. Collect your pearls. Showstopper for sure. So you see, I'm just putting it on in random patterns. No rhyme or reason, really. And then we have some green. Why not? I'm not going to put too much green in there. Just a little bit here and there because it's just going to be crazy looking. Then again, I did say this is not about creating art, just showing you the products and how to use them the correct way. I know a lot of people buy primary elements to do the bloom, but there's so many more uses for them besides that, or for pouring in general, but I'm going to show you how to use those after this portion of the video. So now, a little bit of those gold and coppery colors. So this one here was the Indian Spice. Go around the edge there. This one was the Salted Caramel. Okay, and I know it's going off the corner here, so what I'm going to do is bring it back this way a little bit. Okay. Put a little bit right in there. Okay, 2 more to go. This is the Spiced Pumpkin. If you're looking for a nice coppery color. Here, we'll do this. Okay. And then last but not least, I'm going to add my liquid gold in. And I'm going to reserve some of this in case I want to add to the painting after I move it around. Sometimes I like to put a little bit of gold, just kind of weave it through. There we go. So now I'm going to get my heat gun and we're going to move this around a little bit. First, let's torch it, shall we? This torch is in my Amazon shop. If you buy it, make sure that you also get a butane can to fill it because all torches come empty. Ready? Pop those air bubbles. The heat gun will do it too. I just feel like the torch goes down deeper into the resin. So here we go. We'll just blow it around, nothing fancy. Beautiful cells we're getting here. Absolutely gorgeous cells we got. I have a little bit of clear here. So what I'm going to do is mix up just a little more of that white to put on the edges. And with this stuff also, this tint from KS, no more than 10%. So I know I have you zoomed in there. I don't even know if you can see me, but I have a quarter of a Dixie cup full, so just that much, okay? Just dip the stick in it pretty much, and that's it. And with this stuff, if you want to get cells, you need to blow color over the top of it. So I put some here. This corner. You see how fluid this resin is still? It really is amazing. And we'll put some right here. Now I'll get a little more of the color that I have left in the cups and kind of drizzle it over there. Get a little bit out of there. This is a pretty tie-dye piece. Okay. And I know I have some green. Let's do a little more of this here. It's the Indian spice. Okay. Okay. Whoop. So here we go again. Take a little bit of my gold. I realize I didn't get those other two corners, but there's not much there to move, so I'm just going to take some of my gold, put it through there like that, like so, and now we're going to blow these colors over that white. All right, now we can tilt a little bit. And then I'm going to show you a little trick. Just a little trick. By the way, this is a 12 by 12 artist panel, artist block from Blick. All right, so remember our alcohol ink that we made? Whoops. It would help if I left the cap on the right way. Doing some crazy effects because of the alcohol. Now, at this point, if you use alcohol, do not use the torch. Okay, so we got some little orbs floating around there. Why not? It's our painting. We could do what we want. Okay. And then inside of those orbs, we could put a little drip of our spray paint mixture here. And we could also take our spray paint mixture and, as I mentioned before, weave it through. So that. Okay, there's a ton of things you can do when you use resin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this up, just put a little more gold streaking in. I'll give you a close-up. So here is our orb painting. I'm going to give you a look at the colors. There's our little alcohol ink orbs. Hey, looks like a duck. So that, my friends, is the new Kaleidoscope kit. Resin Art Starter Kit from Colourarte. Don't forget my coupon in the description below. Tammy Anderson Art 120. These colors are just fantastic. So let's move on to the acrylic portion of this video. Before we move on to the acrylic portion of this video, I made a mistake. The Kaleidoscope beginner's kit comes with 12 colors, not 10. Purple Sapphire, I forgot to show you. Absolutely beautiful, luxurious looking purple. And the other one was, what was it? Let's see. It was Blue Moon. So I will show you those in the next resin video. What happened was Leslie sent me 2 separate packages, and in one package, these were open. They weren't vacuum sealed, and I forgot to pick 2 out of the box. So there are 12 colors, not 10. But now let's move on to acrylic. So for your acrylic pouring or painting, we have the product called Primary Elements. Now, this product is intended to be used with either the enamel that Colourarte sells or the Polypore that Colourarte sells. Now, I'm going to explain each product to you really quickly and what they can do. So, Polypore, I want you to think of it as your pouring medium, okay? So, what it does is, I'm going to use this little jar here because it's already open. You put some in a cup. Let's say you want a 1/4 cup of this beautiful, let me just shake this, this beautiful passion color, okay? What you do is you pour some of this in there, a 1/4 cup worth. You're going to put about, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon of powder into that. Let me get another color here. That one's all out. Here's another one. Okay. Maybe a little tiny bit more. I tend to be heavy-handed with it. Mix it in. Here is the color you have just made. I'll put on my flash, and maybe that'll help a little bit. There is that beautiful passion color, okay? And what you've essentially created right here is this. You're ready to pour paint, okay? That simple. Mix up a couple of colors. You can add, if you want some Polypore into a cup and use some tube paint with it, mix up a couple of colors, and now you're ready to pour. Okay, just like you would any other time. So that's what Polypore is. Now, enamel. We have the Vivid Enamel. This right here will turn your primary elements into a tube paint. So, take a cup, put a little bit of the enamel in, however much paint you want to make. There really is no measurement to that. Pour a little bit of that in there. And this, by the way, is what we use to create the blooms. So we're going to put a little bit of that in there too with the powder. And now essentially what you have is a paint that you can brush paint with. Okay. Try dabbing this over some deli paper and drying it and gluing it to a canvas for texture. It's a medium to a fluid body paint, okay? So now if we wanted to do a bloom, all we would have to do is add a little polycrylic in there and you have one of your colors. All right, so I'll just show you here. Primary elements are semi-transparent, so you're gonna see through them. But that is the purpose, okay? So you can do two different things with that enamel. So I just wanted to explain those two products to you. There's a ton more information on them. Leslie Onstadt, the Art of Light and Color YouTube channel. I'm going to link it. That is all about resin art products and primary elements. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hop outside with you guys. I have some of these colors mixed up with the enamel and some polycrylic. And we are going to do a swipe and a spin in my new puppy pool. So here is my setup. Tomorrow I will be releasing the video on how I made this. So Leslie sent me this setup. She's dying to see me spin these colors of hers out on one of these setups. Again, I will release the video tomorrow on how I made it. but I believe Kathleen Miller is her name. I will link the channel below. She is the one that came up with the puppy pool, and it just looked like so much fun. So Leslie got it, I got it, and we're going to try it now. So just to sum up really quickly, I have a banding wheel, which is a pottery wheel, with 9 rulers taped on top to make a platform with duct tape. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun. The puppy pool part is just to protect your walls and everything from paint splattering everywhere. So that was what my white house paint. I will put the recipe in the description. I am by no means level out here, but as soon as my piece is done, I will remove it. You see how it's going to one side? So, no, we're too close that way. Well, we'll do the painting, and I need to do this. I forgot I duct taped it. Well, here. There's the first official mess on there. I forgot I had duct taped it. Okay, let me pause you and get myself situated. Okay, so I had put duct tape under the canvas, like looped it around so it would be sticky all around, and stuck it to this, even though I tested it without the duct tape and the canvas didn't move. So now it's bareback, it has nothing. So let's just put these colors down and see what happens. I'm going to use the bottom of a bottle again, because I am loving this. This one here is Ultramarine blue. I'm just going to start pouring it on. I find that soda bottles have the best bottoms on them. Here is a color called Wine and Roses. Let me show you this one. Okay, so that'll go next. And I'm sorry for the wobbly camera. I have to do this outside for the first time to make sure paint doesn't go everywhere. So there's that. Then we have some dioxazine purple. Kids are out having fun today. Here is, this is Passion. So we're going to pour it over this bottle bottom, swipe it, and then we're going to spin it. Then we have some Payne's Gray. Not much. Raspberry Wine. Boy, that this table is really not level. It's all right. We'll get a cool painting, I'm sure. And then some phthalo green. Look at that design. That's funky. Now we're going to put some Amsterdam white acrylic paint mixed with Floetrol as the last color. All the other colors were mixed with the Vivid Enamel and Polycrylic. Okay. I have some random paper cut up. We're going to remove this guy right down here. And then I'm just going to take a paper and start swiping. Here we go. Just like so. My white got lost over here. Pretty, pretty. No rhyme or reason. I'm just gonna swipe. And we'll spin it out and see what we get. That was a pretty one. That was pretty. I'm going to take a little more white and go right around the center like this. So I could do a little more swiping. Maybe go in a little bit like this. Pull it out. I think that should be good enough. We got a really thin one here, so. Okay. So now let's do a little spin, shall we? I think I need to go a little bit faster than that. Oh, we're losing our cells though. Those were the cool part. This is cool though. And you can see you could really whip this thing. All right, so let's see what we can create out of this mess. Take a little more white and let's pull some of this color into that center if we can. Ha-ha. Oh, it's like 100 times better already. So let's go over here and add a little more white. Just just like that. And we'll go like this. And then back like this. And we are going to leave that alone because I actually like that. I actually like that. I apologize for the screaming kids. Not mine, nothing I could do. Anyway, I kind of like this a lot. Yeah. There we go. So if you're interested in the Resin Art Starter Kit with the 12 colors, go to the link of this video. Don't forget to use my coupon code, Tammy Anderson Art 120. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so when I release that puppy pool video tomorrow, you'll be notified. Make sure you click on all. Check out the descriptions. My Amazon link for my shop has all of the supplies that I use. Well, 90% of them anyway, including the materials to make the puppy pool. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful to know how to use your products a little bit better. And until the next one, my friends, happy pouring, happy spinning.